Hey, what's going on? It's your boy KC Boxing, coming to you with another video. Yes, this is the breakdown of the fight tonight. We have, of course, Danny Swift, GARCIA, and Showtime, Shawn Porter. Great fight. Different styles. Both are strong. Both are top of the division. But they are the same, but they are different. Danny Garcia. He has great power, as I mentioned. He has a lot of pluses than minuses. He has ability to use his left hook to knock many people out, and he has great footwork. Now, early on in his career, Danny was stiff as a board. You know, that was the crack Shawn Porter tried to say he was a robot. But now, he has a little more foot movement. And he has a little more veteran style movements and little tricks up his sleeve. So remember, Danny Garcia was the underdog in most of his fights, and he rose to the occasion. Now, I don't know the odds tonight, but they have, I believe, Danny Garcia winning. Now, I don't know how true that is, but different outlets have different winners. So, it depends on who you betting with. So, everybody under the sun has been breaking down this fight, including me. I did a video earlier. It's pretty much like a post-fight interview, my prediction, who I think will win, which I'm pulling for Danny Garcia. My heart is with Danny Garcia because he lost his belt to Keith Thurman. Now he has an opportunity, thanks to Al Heyman, that put him right back in that same position. I mean, he only lost his belt, what, a year or two ago? That's it? And now he's right back in there to gain it right back? Now, see, that's where the rankings come in at. See, that's how you get your opportunities. That's how you get your purse amount. So, no matter what anyone says about Al Heyman gonna make sure his fighters are taken care of. That's the bottom line. Now, we don't know what he does on the side, behind closed doors. He might buy you a car. He might do this. He might pay your note. He might pay your rent. Or something to bother you or anything. He'll take care of it. Who knows? I don't know. KC is allegedly thinking that he take care of his fighters outside of the contract, the advisory contract. So, therefore, and speaking of Keith Thurman, just a little note. I don't know if it's for he can get back in on top or the boxing game, but now he wants to call out Earl Spence. And he also wants to call out Bud Crawford. Oh, now he wants to do all this when he could have just done that when he had the belts. Earl Spence, he actually pretty much called him out, you know. And Keith Thurman asked about get a belt. Well, Earl has a belt. Earl defended that belt against a mandatory Ocampo. Now, a lot of people say, oh, he fought a bum, but it doesn't matter. They had him as his mandatory. And the IBF ordered him to fight that guy. I'm quite sure Earl probably said, okay, hey, every fight is serious, of course, but how this guy get ranked my number one contender and my mandatory? He don't know, but hey, money is money, and he liked to fight, and he liked to win, and he did all three. So that's that. Now we're gonna go to Sean Porter real quick. Sean Porter, great dude, fan-friendly type of guy, but I still have that problem inside the ring. 78 Sports had a problem with it, with people like me, saying that, I just don't like his fighting style, using his head. 78 Sports says, well, hey, fighters have to figure him out and do something about it and stop him. Well, I don't think that's fair, because this is boxing, the sweet science. This is not wrestling. This is not bull charging. And as I mentioned on many occasions, when you lead with your head, it tend to be headbutts. Many of them. Look at Andre Berg. And headbutts hurt, especially if you get hit hard enough. Then you get cut. Let's say your opponent, I made this example once before. Let's say your opponent has very little scar tissue. And that comes from being cut a lot in other fights. Brutal fights, or, fighting with one eye and a cut over here, cut over there, and next fight you get another cut. Next fight, you lose scar tissue each and every time they sew you up. After the fight, they take you back in the back, the doctor sew you up, boom, you go to press conference after you take a shower. And with Sean Porter, now, no one's not going to tell me that he doesn't know how many times his opponents are cut. And it might be just how he fight, period. And that's what I believe. That's just the way he know how to fight, because he was a football player. See, Danny Garcia was born to fight, because he started fighting at 7 years old. Now, Sean Porter, he picked up boxing. He was a football player. As you can tell, his style of fighting, you can tell that. I would love to see Sean Porter, he worked the jab sometimes. But I'd like to see, and he used angles sometimes, only against the ropes. He changed directions so he can work the body. But I'd like to see him get out there in the middle of that ring and, show some accountability, like some balance, show a sharp jab, do a 1-2, box, I ain't talking about ring generalship by, moving backwards, show me some fundamentals. That's what I want to see. Now, I don't have anything against Sean Porter. Hey, I told you, KQKC Boxing. Very unbiased station or channel. So, I keep it real. I keep it real for each and every fight. I will be doing a post-fight video. I will give you my take on the fight. And I also will give you my take on the Ugas fight, because I really like this guy. Ugas, I believe he's fighting in a co-main event. He's a welterweight. I forgot what he's ranked, but he has earned his shot. Trust me. He knows how to fight. Dennis Ugar is a very good fighter. Castor has been in his corner many times. And we all know and remember Castor. Too bad that fight could be made between him and Floyd Mayweather. But we all know the business side of boxing. But as I mentioned, and I will say it again, I don't like the way Sean Porter fights. Now, it is like a catch-22. The referee either have to do something about it, too many headbutts, keep your head up, or whatever. I mean, but then again, he have to let him fight. See, someone should have caught Sean Porter at the beginning of his career and told him, look, you cannot be fighting like this. Because a lot of guys is not want to fight you because not because they're scared, because they don't want to have brain damage or always bloody or cut or headbutts. If you get hit right, man, that shit hurts. Then you're in a daze and there you go, you get knocked out. So they should have caught it at the beginning of his career. But now, they let him do it so many times, and if it ain't broke, they'll try to fix it. So Danny Garcia is going to have to deal with it. Now, how he's going to deal with it, I have a couple ideas. Well, that doesn't mean that Danny's going to do that. Well, he was asked that question, and he didn't directly answer it. I don't know why, but maybe he don't want to give his tactics away. Now, if he plan on taking him into the late rounds and see can he drown him, that ain't going to happen. Because Sean Porter stays in shape. He's always in shape. From round 1 to round 12, he still will be doing the same thing. Unless he get hit with a lot of blows. So, he's a very busy fighter. If he stay on Danny Garcia and don't let Danny reset, then he can swarm him and he can get some good shots in. See, the main point is Danny cannot fight that great on the back foot. He does okay. He can fight on the back foot, but not very well. He's pretty much stand there or give you that little stiff back to the side movement. It reminds me of a Caucasian trying to dance to a rap song. No offense, no racism involved, but that's what he reminds me of. And in order to stop Sean Porter, he's going to have to hurt Sean Porter. He's going to have to come out and get off to a fast start. Now, Danny usually take a couple rounds to warm up. Not tonight. You cannot do that tonight, Danny. You have to go out there and try to hurt him early. Try to get an early start. Get that respect. Let him know that he ain't going to be coming in here all night. Not up in your chest. Allow him and bag him up and allow him to just box and not bull rush. Because you can make your opponent look stupid. Look how Fortuna did Robert Easter Jr. He made him look normal. A regular fighter. A B-level fighter at that. So, there you go. This is KQKC breakdown of the fight tonight. What both fighters can do to be victorious. But one thing that KQKC is 100% sure of, it will be a new WBC welterweight champion tonight. And to Keith Thurman, wait your damn turn. We all remember when Sean Porter was asking him many, many times, when do you think we can do this rematch? When do you think we can do this? And what Keith Thurman said? When I fucking feel like it. So that's what Bud and Earl should tell him. When I feel like it. But he still has one belt. So he still get a little credit. You know? And, you know, Earl said all he want to do is unify. That's all he wants to do. So, if you want to call out Earl Spence, okay, fine. Earl take all comers. And I would love to see that fight. We know that Keith's going to come out and try to hurt him and throw bombs. We already know that. But Earl is a very intelligent fighter. He's not just going to let him come in there and throw bombs. No. And come to think of it, if you look at both bodies, Keith might have the height, but Earl has the strength, the body. You know, so he's a bigger by weight or by stature than Keith Thurman. So keep calling him out, Keith. You will get an answer very soon. Alright? Sure, Mikey Garcia is waiting in the wings. But now he's working on another fight. I mean, it's a lot going on right now in boxing. And that's a great thing. I mean, hats off to Top Rank. Hats off to Eddie Hearn, at least trying or pretending to be a promoter. But he just don't get the market over here. He just don't get it that Al Haymon has unlimited amount of money to spend. He just don't get it. And I'm happy to say I didn't have to do a damn video, excuse me, about him. Finally, his ass can sit down and shut up and enjoy the fight tonight. Now, next week, we got Triple G and Canelo Alvarez. Now, we all know that got personal. Very personal. So, now, would I be ordering the fight? Hell no. No, sir. Will I be watching the fight? Yes. I'm not going to explain how I would be watching it, but I would be seeing the fight and watching the fight. And I will, of course, do the same as I do tonight. So, there you have it. KQKC. Breaking down the fight for the WBC Welterweight Championship between Danny Swift Garcia and Sean Showtime Porter. And you know what? I'm out of here, and definitely will see you after the fight. Now, enjoy the fight, and peace and love.